Yo, Drake, you're not picking up your phone. You're not answering my texts. You're not picking up FaceTime. Yo, bro, it's me. It's me. Pick up your phone. If you want me to stop this interview, I'll stop it right now. No.
Hello, buddies and gentle grams. Big Mac Snack Academic's massive Middle Eastern minion twin. The Toronto tough talker, the Twinkie tickler. Another one. The guy who's the best at badgering the biggest rappers for their throwaway tracks. Another one. The man you must have asked yourself at least once, what does he even do? The man known for yelling on Drake's songs has been quiet ever since the Sexy Red stunt double decided to sue. Another one. The man famous for saying another one might have just seen his career come crashing down. So let me show you exactly what I mean. But first, hit the like and subscribe buttons like a bean. I study the like and subscribe buttons for a living. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there are two very different types of people in this world, and they can both be defined by DJ Khaled and Young Thug. When things get rough and conflict breaks out, who will stand tall and who will back down? Young Thug and DJ Khaled are two rappers, well, if you even want to call DJ Khaled a rapper.
And I was shooting a music video with my favorite rapper to rap with him. By the way, I got a lot of respect for a lot of rappers, but I got one guy. He's my favorite person to rap with on any song. His name is Rick Ross. We were giving him...
Who have been caught in the crossfire of viral turmoil between hip-hop's biggest players. The rap civil war between Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Future, Rick Ross, Metro Boomin, UMG, and more has left both Khaled and Young Thug in very awkward positions because they're connected to both sides. Will they pick a side? Will they try to bridge the gap or just sit back until the drama fades? Spicy. Well, they both took completely opposite paths. Khaled chose silence, while Young Thug chose to talk nonstop like a middle schooler who just got their first cell phone. I study middle schoolers for a living, but both the silence and the yapping landed DJ Khaled and Young Thug in trouble for two very different reasons. Now, they're finally speaking up, both revealing what's been holding their careers back. Young Thug dropped a love letter/apology track begging for forgiveness from Drake, Future, Lil Baby, 21 Savage, Gucci Mane, and even his girlfriend, Mariah the Scientist. Meanwhile, DJ Khaled sat down with Fat Joe and Jadakiss to talk about the hip-hop civil war between Drake, Kendrick, Future, and more. So let's break both of these down, starting with DJ Khaled. Hey yo, Dre, did the Dre focus come in there? Chill. DJ Khaled is known for staying quiet during drama, but he's been involved in plenty of conflicts just because of who he's friends with. We'll get into that in a minute. The biggest situation that could completely wreck DJ Khaled's career is the Drake versus Everybody war, because if you didn't know, DJ Khaled came up around the same time as Rick Ross. Khaled has put together several collaborations with Rick Ross and Drake. And Drake has said many times that Ross is his favorite rapper to collaborate.
No. I know why Drake don't do what I do when I talk and he don't talk. He'll take a picture and post because he got ghostwriters for his captions. Listen to me, he got people sitting around. What's Rick gonna do next? Let's go, come up with it. Come on, BBL Drizzy, just pick your phone up and talk to the people. You okay? We know you may be shallow. We know, but everything fine. Everything's gonna be okay. It's therapeutic. Release what's inside of you. It's called Earth Strong. I got one more question for BBL Drizzy. One more question. How long you gonna stay on that plane? It's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's a 1978 cargo plane, wasn't built for humans. It's dangerous. Imagine a white boy with the soul plane. God! Imagine a white boy with the soul. Oh, shit. How that boy Casanat do? Hey, no. Let's pray for Drake. Soul plane. Come on, man. You rich. You deserve better.
This was only 6 months before their beef, and now Drake is out here saying UK rappers are way better than American rappers, yet still calling Rick Ross his favorite person to rap with. Make it make sense. And if you don't remember, aside from Kendrick and Drake trading brutal diss tracks, Rick Ross and Champagne Pappy were going at each other to dropping shots in diss records and throwing shade back and forth on Instagram.
You're not up on the arm.
Oh, no, Ross.
Rose still frightened.
No, get the almond milk.
I just got up on 2% milk a couple years ago.
No. Get the almond milk.
Now y'all trying to conspiracy.
No.
And it's the question. Is it from the almond of the walnut? Is they squeezing it out of the peanut?
I don't have that answer, and I usually have every...
So this is a tough spot for DJ Khaled, right? Because he has a real brotherhood with Rick Ross. They came up together in Miami in the early 2000s, built their careers side by side, and share a long history beyond just music. They even bond over random things like their love of cereal and their funny debates about where almond milk really comes from.
Went on with cause I know the sixth God was always your brother. He supported
I love Drake.
Ross is your day one.
I love Ross.
Future's your brother.
I love
What
Future.
did that feel like when the whole world's fighting each other?
What it feel like is that I didn't get in that energy. There's two energies I'm not gonna get in. Hate? Ask me a question. How do you deal with hate? Please, can you ask me?
How do you deal with hate, brother?
Drake, on the other hand, has been one of Khaled's closest collaborators for years and has given him some of his biggest hits. In fact, Khaled's formula for the last decade has basically been taking the leftover songs Drake doesn't use on his own albums and putting them on his. It worked for a while, but eventually the formula got old, and Khaled's whole brand started to feel like it revolved around begging Drake for music.
You speak about all those great legends that you just talked about from Drake, my brother Future, Drake. Who else you named?
Ross.
Ross. Those are my brothers. If you can't question my friendship. How? It's impossible. Ain't nobody like mother DJ Khaled. Joe, you know that. You know, take your glasses off. Let them see. You know that.
A super note.
This got so bad that there was a record Khaled desperately wanted for his album, but Drake didn't want to release it. He felt it didn't sound like a hit and didn't fit what he was working on at the time. Khaled kept begging until Drake finally said, "Fine, we can put it out, but I'm taking 95% of the profits from this song."
Question. With all this beef going on that was
I survived the Fat Joe 50 Cent beef.
That's a big beef.
Listen, Ross and 50 Cent, when they going at it. Fat Joe and 50 Cent going at it. But Joe, we gonna keep it real? I'm the one out of the crew that always says, yo, we don't need that. We need to come together. We don't need that. We need love. We need positivity. And it's saying...
So you can really see how desperate Khaled had become for a Drake song. How much he relied on him just to keep his brand alive, right? I don't know if you guys realize this, but DJ Khaled has somehow managed to release 14 studio albums. Most of your favorite rappers can't even get to 3 before they're selling 2K a week and have to cancel their projects. That's an incredible milestone, and it wouldn't have been possible without the help of longtime collaborators like Rick Ross, but mostly Drake, Spicy, and maybe this is a topic for another video. But I think it highlights a bigger issue. There just aren't many truly larger-than-life superstars in hip-hop right now. Yes, of course, we have Kendrick Lamar, but Kendrick isn't out here throwing away songs for DJ Khaled. He's very intentional with when he drops, releasing music only when he feels like it. He's not focused on staying relevant by flooding the market with album after album just to keep his name in the conversation. Instead, he creates the conversation by dropping generation-defining projects that you can't just whip up overnight. And that's normal for a superstar. Most major artists only release a project every year and a half to 3 years. Kendrick is actually moving at a normal superstar pace, not like Drake, who keeps pumping out formulaic projects every few months. I study formulaic projects for a living. The bigger issue is that there just aren't enough artists at the same level as Drake or Kendrick consistently dropping music. So when we don't get projects from those superstars, the void feels much bigger. Think about the 2010s. If Kendrick wasn't dropping, you'd still probably get a big album from Kanye West, Drake, J. Cole, Tyler, Mac Miller, A$AP Rocky, Big Sean, Meek Mill, or Whale. It never felt like hip-hop was lacking massive moments because there were so many stars dropping projects year after year. The same thing was true in the 2000s. If Jay-Z took a break, you still had Kanye West, The Game, Lil Wayne, Jeezy, T.I., 50 Cent, Eminem, and plenty of others keeping things exciting. Fast forward to today, Kanye has lost his mind. Drake's music isn't as exciting as it used to be. Kendrick takes long breaks between albums, and J. Cole does the same. You just don't get those big cultural moments as often as you did in previous generations. And this is a major problem for DJ Khaled. Look at the second half of his career. Over the past few years, the only superstar he's been able to consistently rely on for throwaway hits is Drake. It used to be that when Drake was busy, Khaled could just get Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, Rick Ross, Kanye, Akin, T-Pain, or even Ace Hood. Shout out to Ace Hood. Who remembers Ace Hood? Drop a comment. My point is, Khalid used to have no shortage of superstar talent to choose from to create hits. But times have definitely changed. Who does Khalid turn to now? He's not about to drop a posse cut with Jid, Freddie Gibbs, and Ray Vaughn. That doesn't move his brand forward. Khalid needs big, superstar-studded anthems. So when he was gearing up to drop his next project, the main selling point was that it wouldn't just have one but to Drake's songs carrying the tracklist. He even dropped the most expensive album trailer I've ever seen. It looked like a full-on movie production just to announce that the project was coming and that it had to Drake features too. This guy was hyping it like it was the biggest thing in the world. But here's the problem: when he posted this trailer, it was just a couple months after the whole Drake versus Rick Ross, Kendrick, and everyone else beef. DJ Khaled had stayed completely silent throughout all of it. We don't know what happened behind the scenes, but with so many people turning their backs on Drake, you'd think his closest friends in the industry would step in to show support. We saw 21 Savage, Young Thug, Lil Baby, they all jumped out to defend Drake. But where was Khalid? It almost seemed like he was only there for the good times. When it's album season and he's got Drake features, he's quick to celebrate and promote them. But when things get rough and Future, Ross, and Kendrick are all taking shots, Khalid is nowhere to be found. So when he posted that trailer on Instagram, Drake himself commented, "You got to Drake features. It must be Drake Bell." And that's a pretty telling response, like Drake was letting everyone know he caught the vibe that Khalid only shows up when it benefits him. So again, where does Khalid go from here if he doesn't have his #1 hitmaker to give him the singles he needs to keep his buzz alive? He's 14 albums deep, and like I said before, there just aren't enough active superstars right now to hand him a hit big enough to carry a whole project. Sure, getting a Jay-Z or Lil Wayne verse could be a moment, but Khalid's whole brand has been built on being this over-the-top social media personality and dropping hit records which, let's be real, are only hits because of the artists he gets on them. Without a smash single to draw listeners in, there's not much reason for people to actually tune in. He never built a true fan base that supports him as an artist. He needs the Drake feature. And by the way, I'm recording this with the worst allergies right now. If I sound like I'm underwater or talking from inside a fish tank, it's because I love you guys enough to keep grinding even when it feels like my eyeballs are drowning in mucus. Sorry for the visual drop, a like for the grind. Now, here's where things get interesting. After over a year of staying silent, Khalid was basically forced to finally speak on the Kendrick and Drake beef. And watch how carefully he avoids even saying Kendrick's name, because why would he? Kendrick isn't about to hand Khalid a couple throwaways for his album, but this was Khalid's chance to make things right with Drake. So Fat Joe brings it up and says, "Khalid, you just witnessed all this crazy beefing between these people you used to collaborate with. How does that make you feel?" But before Fat Joe could even finish, Khalid completely swerves the conversation to avoid any real answer. He starts talking about surviving the Fat Joe versus 50 Cent beef, surviving the Rick Ross versus 50 Cent beef, basically listing all the rap feuds he's lived through. Then he flips it and says, "I'm the one in the crew that always says, yo, we don't need that. We need to come together."